Welcome back, everyone. So today I got a couple pieces in the mail that I want to throw on this. They're some protection pieces that I've been looking forward to getting. First, I got these frame covers from Acerbis or Acerbis, however you want to call it. These are meant to protect the frame from your boot rubbing up against it, because I guess these frames scratch really easy on most dual sports and adventure bikes. Like it takes a beating from, your off-road boots. They tear it up, and once that paint's gone, it starts to rust, and it's just issues. So Acerbis, Acerbis, whatever, they make these. I guess it's like a cover. I always seen these things on bikes, and I thought it was just like a stick-on rubber piece, but I never knew it was like this plastic shield, which I kind of wish it was just a rubber piece. I think it would look a little better. This looks a little janky for my liking, but so that's gonna go on there. I might have to take off this factory cover right here, which I kind of like because it's black and it looks nice, and this. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But these two it looks like they just hold on with like these rubber O-ring kind of bands. I think they wrap around the frame and they just hold it on. And the big one I got is skid plate from Acerbis. Now I know you're probably looking at me. 5, 6, 7 years ago, if you asked me whether I would put a plastic skid plate on my bike, I'd probably tell you to go fuck yourself. I never even like considered this. On my DR650, I had, I think it was steel or aluminum skid plate on there. It was pretty heavy duty, and I just thought that was always the way to go. You always hear about bikes that come with factory skid guards. They're like chintzy little plastic ones that is like the first thing that most people take off. But this thing, this thing it's thick. This stuff is like, you're not really gonna fuck with this. Like, you could hit this thing with a hammer or something, it's not gonna break. Like, for what I'm planning to do with this bike, I'm not doing any like kind of hardcore enduro or anything like that. Like, this will be sufficient. This will stop rocks, sticks, whatever the hell else hits the undercarriage of this bike, and I think it'll do pretty good. I when I was looking this up, because I was on, I forgot what website it was. I was looking up plates for these CRFs, and there's a bunch of steel ones, and then I saw this, and I said, you know what? Let me Google this, let me YouTube it, see if there's any videos on it. And I saw, when I typed in Acerbis skid plate on YouTube, it popped up with some guy from Australia that, if you're into the dual sporting stuff, Australians take it very serious over there. They put their bikes through the test. Like, going through the outback, and just, those guys really, they know what they're doing with these things. And this Australian guy, he put one of these on a DR650 that he was beating the shit out of this bike, just going over logs and trees and rocks, and like purposely hitting this thing. And it would just slide right over whatever. Like, it was just taking a beating. And honestly, if a dual sport guy from Australia swears by a plastic skid plate made by Acerbis, then I believe him. I fully believe him, and I'm gonna test this thing out and throw it on there. Also, there's a couple different ups and downs to these things. Like metal skid plates, I remember when I had my old one on the DR, as soon as I put it on, it was like, you heard every single noise that was going on inside that motor. All that engine noise reverberates off the metal skid plates, and it's a crazy sound. And Yeah, I was never a big fan of that. So it was, you know, any little like ticking. I used to always think I had like a knock in my engine just because that was on there. It didn't sound the best. But these things, the plastic ones, I guess it doesn't reverberate sound like that. And this has a bunch of slots too, which is nice because also like the metal ones, you know, a lot of shit gets stuck in it, rocks and mud and stuff like cakes up inside there. And this will be easier to clean out, wash out. You just stick a hose in there, clean it. And price too. Any metal skid plate you get for your bike, you're not paying less than $100. I think this thing was around $70 or something like that. I forgot what website I had got it from. I would have to throw it up on there. But yeah, this thing's like $70. So hey, it's quiet. It's super light. I mean, this thing is like, it's got to be 2-3 pounds or something compared to what a 20-pound steel skid plate that you would throw on. So lightweight, cheap, very durable. All right, enough talking. Let me get this thing on the bike and see how it is. All right, so this legit cannot be easier than what it is. It's legit just these 4 little like 5mm Allen key bolts and these 4 bushings that just hold this thing on. So super simple. This should take 2 minutes to put this thing on. Let's get one started just to hold it on here. I know I'm probably blocking the entire camera, but that's fine. Now I'm not going to torque these things down yet. I just want to get everything on. Just going to make sure it's all lined up. Just want to snug them in there. All right, front on. That's it. Very cool. It almost reminds me of like a WeatherTech mat you would buy for your vehicle. Wow, because it's just like molded perfectly to everything. Very cool. Like I said, this thing is like, it's tough. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fine. Like I said, I'm not doing any kind of like hard enduro or anything, and this will definitely do the job. And it looks good too. I dig it. All right, let me throw on these little side plates. I think these are actually gonna be a little harder to get on than the skid plate. But yeah, you should look okay too. Like I said, I really wish it was just the stick-on rubber that stuck to the frame, but this is like built in. All right, let's get to it. All right, so these, I just have to remove this factory cover. I'm gonna reuse this 5mm Allen bolt again. That'll hold it on. Plus there's these like rubber band kind of things that are gonna snug it up on over the rear brake master over here. It's actually not too bad. All right, let's see. O-ring C and D. C is a little one. So it's a small one here. How the fuck are you supposed to get that? Oh, you need like super little hands to fucking do this. Oh, I'm an idiot. You could just put it through from the front. I'm an asshole. All right. Oh, fuck. Damn. All right, well, it's not coming off. Nice, nice. It's one. Nice. All right, not bad. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. All right, throw the other side on, call it a day. Now I probably should have centered my lift in the shed before I did this because it's a little tight on this side. All right, so this just holds on. It's a C in the center, two D's, bottom and top. This would be simple. Don't even need any tools for this side. All right, one down. This one might be a little tough with the chain. Let me grab the fucking needle nose. Alright, let's see. Where the fuck is this thing? I don't have any. I need to get a new pick tool. My old one is at my dad's garage, but a pick would work great right now. All right, here we go. Roll this off my finger. All right, that one's on. That was the toughest one so far. Got a bunch of chain shit all over my hand now. All right. That's good. Good to go. Alright, we are set. Let me just drop this thing down, wheel it outside, and give you a little walk around. Surprised this lift is held up after 11 years. The hydraulic leaks, so it lowers unless I put that bar in. But for 11 years of use, a Harbor Freight lift, I'll swear by it. All right, let's see if we can get this fucker out of here. Oh man, this might end up on a blooper reel somewhere if I fucking take a dive here. survived. All right. And now officially decked out in some Acerbis, Acerbis. I'm always gonna hack that name up. But decked out in their protection. Skid plate, frame protectors. I think they call them the X grip. Man, it looks good though. Very nice. All right, this thing is ready. I do really want to get the Rally Raid back rack and throw a Pelican case on here because, yeah, I need a bit of storage. I don't really want a tank bag. I know they're super handy. I had one on my last bike, but I don't know. A nice waterproof trunk would be pretty dope. All right. Oh yeah, I got one more thing to show you guys. So I finally got a new jacket. A legit one. I had Icon Raiden jacket for a lot of years, which was legit. You know, I got it in 2015, 2016, I believe it was. Great jacket, but it you know, had thousands and thousands of miles on it, and it was starting to get pretty beat up. But this is the Revit Off Track 2, I believe it is. It was on sale on Revzilla for I think like $369 or $370 or something, which is a really good deal for what it is. But it's nice. I don't know all the fancy terms and stuff, but it's got like ripstop nylon. Just, yeah, it's got shoulder pads, elbow pads. It's got a ton of vents, ton of adjustability. These big chest vents are nice. You know, you just like fold these in, and it's like just great airflow. I only rode it today. It came in the mail yesterday, and I commuted with it today to work and back. This morning it was 53 degrees when I left the house at like 5:45. And yeah, so this jacket, it's like a layered system. It comes with an insulated layer that you would wear underneath, which is awesome. Like even in 53 degrees this morning, I felt perfectly fine. I was nice and toasty on the way in. Then on the way out, I just opened up the vents, opened up these, and I was perfectly fine. It was like, say 75 or so degrees. This is Fahrenheit, by the way, for my foreign watchers. But yeah, I'm a big fan. Also came with a rain liner that you would put over it. And these both could like fold down real tight, and they stow away in this pocket that's in the back, which is pretty handy. So yeah, it came with the elbow and the shoulder protection. It does not come with a back protector, but my old D3O back protector that I had in the Icon Raiden jacket fit perfectly fine in here, which is awesome because stuff's not cheap. It's also got slots for chest protectors, but I don't think I'm gonna go all out too much. But yeah, I really like this jacket. You know, it was super comfy today. It's still got a break in. It's a little bit stiff, but I love the color. I love the like digital camo color. It's like my whole kind of vibe. But yeah, for the deal, I mean, like I said, I think it was like $369, $375 or something like that on Revzilla. But for a jacket that comes with some armor and has the base layers and a waterproof layer with it, like that's a hell of a fucking deal. And Revit makes really good stuff too. So this yeah, it's quality stuff. All the zippers feel really good, the snaps, everything. Yeah, so I'm getting there. Now I just need some better gloves. My boots will do for now. You know, the Forma Adventure boots will do okay. That, oh yeah, and pants. I don't know. I've never owned a pair of riding pants, so I gotta look into that, do some research. Eventually, I'll get something. But yeah, all right, everyone. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Thanks for the new subscribers. It's dope. I love seeing this channel build every day. You know, I got some cool comments, and I'm liking the little community that's growing from this. People all around the world. You know, I think someone from Venezuela hit me up. Like, it's cool, man. This is a you know, it's a fun hobby, dual sporting and just off-road riding, trail riding, and stuff like that. It's super fun, and it's an awesome community, and I dig it. But thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.